G'day guys, welcome to Hodir. Well, Hodir would be here if I hadn't killed him since the last reset. But Hodir is a boss fight which you need to do hard mode, which is the speed kill. As you can see here, that's what you get if you get the speed kill. And this is what you get regardless, even if you don't get a speed kill. So Hodir, basically there's 8 ads here who are frozen, and basically Hodir. So there's going to be 2 sets, or 2 of the 4 ads, which is going to be the mage, which is either a gnome or a troll, if you're a Hoarder or Alliance. Then there's going to be a druid, which is a boomkin. So you can obviously tell what a boomkin looks like if you're Horde or Alliance. And then it's going to be an Orc Shaman if you're Horde. And it's going to be a Drano Shaman if you're Alliance. And then there's a Dwarf Priest if you're Alliance. And I don't know the Priest on either on Horde. I don't remember it off by heart. But either way, there's 4 ads. You want to free the mages first, because the mages, first of all, A, they give you Toasty Fire, which also increases magic damage to the boss. But 2, they help free out the other flash freeze a lot quicker than you can. So pretty much they need to be freed first, and then you free the druids, the shamans, and then let the mages do the priests. Okay, at this point you just need every DPS on Hodir. So let's go through the ads. So you can see here that was on let's go through Hodir actually. So Hodir has a mechanic same with Nexus, which just means you have to move. So you have to move to counter Biting Cold. If you're any sort of melee DPS or anything like that, you can just keep jumping. If you're a ranged DPS that has to cast, just jump after every cast. That's pretty much it. Basically, Hodir randomly freezes people across the room. You just need to spell it so they don't get Biting Cold to tick really, really high. Next up is Icicle. Basically, with Icicle as well, is that it'll randomly drop around the room. This is what you call small icicles. You need to make sure you dodge them. Also, icicles do get rid of the Toasty Fires, which we'll talk about later. Last but not least is Flash Freeze. Basically, there'll be 2 giant circles that pop up in the room, and Hodir will cast Flash Freeze. Basically, cast Flash Freeze every minute, so you want to kill Hodir by his 3rd Flash Freeze. Basically, there'll be giant circles around the room. You need to make sure you're out of them, and then jump up on the snowdrifts that fall under it, and you are safe for a Flash Freeze. If you are not on the snowdrifts, you'll turn into Ice Block. If you're already in Ice Block, you'll die. Overall, the only ways you should ever get frozen is never. Okay, if you get frozen, you're pretty much dead. Now, occasionally after a Flash Freeze, he will cast Frozen Blows, where he basically reduces physical damage, but he will do initial frost damage to the tank and frost damage to the raid. You just need to pump your big AoE heals at this stage and keep, just a quick beacon on the tank and keep healing him over time. Now let's go through the allied adventurers. So basically the mages are the most important because A, they melt ice, as you can see here. They can basically free people within 10 seconds. If you help free the other dudes for him, you can. But just be aware that this means there's less time on the boss. However, if you get the mages to stop what they are doing and freeing people and using melt ice stuff like that, the easier this fight is and the more Toasty Fires are going to be conjured. Now, be aware at the same time that you want to probably move the boss around towards the mages to have a Toasty Fire drop near the melee. Because what you want to do is you want to make sure the melee don't have to move. You also want to make sure that the range don't have to move. Now, also as well, with the Toasty Fire, if anyone's near it, basically, they don't have to do mechanics because they can't be frozen. But a Toasty Fire's got another extra mechanic called Singe, where you can increase the magical damage taken by Hodir by 2% for every stack, stacking up to 60% damage. You can stack these up really, really quickly with rogues and enhancement shamans, and you get this up to 30 incredibly quickly, and you want to be lusting the moment you get the 30 stacks and you get all the other ads out. By that time, all the other ads out should be out. You can even use healers as well to melee the boss as well, with their quick strikes or anything like that, to try and get a stack up at least, to improve it to 30%. Next up are the Shamans. So Shamans have a thing called Storm Power, which basically makes someone do 135% extra damage. However, if this person goes near up to 4 or 5 people, they can spread their increased crit damage as well to multiple people. Generally, what you want to do is you want to have all buffs up at the same time. So you want to have a Moonbeam, a Toasty Fire, and a Storm Cloud all on you to do maximum DPS. Now, I'll talk about Moonbeams here. So Starlight, what happens is that Starlight increases the person's casting speed and attack speed to basically near instant. Now, just an FYI with this as well, you probably want to tank this. You probably want to take the boss nearest Starlight and just have a Toasty Fire spawn at the same time, and basically just laughing it away. You want to have a melee Starlight and a ranged Starlight to basically just blast the boss to smithereens. And that's essentially what you're going to do hard mode, is use these debuffs to full extent. Now, the thing is, you want to be loosely spread around the Toasty Fire, because if a direct icicle hits the Toasty Fire, it is extinguished. Also, all the toasty fires are extinguished upon flash freeze, and all the allies are refrozen again after every flash freeze. So pretty much you have to free the mages again, and then free all the other casts at the same time. Be aware that on the pool, you can precast on the mages with your big spells to try and free them to begin Hodir. Essentially, what should happen is that all the casters and all the melee DPS should be crowded around their respective mages to break it out almost immediately. Overall, with hard mode, pretty much you have to destroy in 3 minutes. It might be hard on the first few weeks, but once you get the gear, it should be very relatively easy. The main thing that you want to do is that you want to lost stuff to get 30 stacks of Singe on the boss, or enough on the boss that you can push it, because you cannot let that 30 stacks of Singe drop, because otherwise your casters, who's probably going to be your main DPS throughout this, it's all going to fall apart. So just make sure you get all the buffs and use it to your maximum efficiency. Make sure Starlight's in good areas. Make sure Toasty Fire's in good areas. Don't extinguish them. Don't get flash frozen. Just keep pushing it away and keep pushing along. Overall, you'll eventually meet this hard mode. Anyways, guys, hope you guys have a nice day and see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.